Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have the name and the itineraries for the new Icon class ship finally. We know what's a little bit more about that ship. We also have some funding that has been arranged now for a new cruise port and dock and at a much needed location. We also have cruise ships being banned from the most popular port in Greece, but it's not for the reason you're thinking of. And then finally, we have a cruise line that canceled 37 cruises merely days before passengers were supposed to set sail. So we finally have the name of the Icon class ship. It is going to be called Legend of the Seas, which is a little surprising in a way because they don't usually redo their names from ships that they've retired or sold. And the Legend of the Seas was sold off in 2017. They were sold to the TUI Discovery for a while, and then finally it became the current Marella 2 cruise line. And so, yeah, they've rehashed the name into Legend of the Seas. Another thing they're doing that they haven't done with the other two Icon class ships that are out there, the Icon and the Star of the Seas, is this one will start its cruising journey, if you will, in Europe, sailing from Barcelona, doing Mediterranean cruises, visiting Europe, before finally in the fall coming back to Fort Lauderdale and making Fort Lauderdale its home port. So yeah, a little bit of changes coming. And the one thing I didn't see yet was a transatlantic on that ship. But I'm sure if they're going to sail, they're going to want the money coming back. So I don't understand why I haven't seen that announced yet. But it might be on the booking engine. Speaking of the booking engine, as of tomorrow, you're able to start booking. And if you've been loyal to Royal, you probably can start booking that ship today if you want to check it out. Next, we have Seaward Alaska, and they have just received funding for a $135 million upgrade to a terminal and the dock. And the dock will be extended. It'll be able to hold 2 cruise ships and accommodate, say, a Quantum class size, which is the 1 class size lower than the Oasis class. Still no Oasis class for going in this area, and I kind of think that's a good thing, that those ships are just too big for the area itself, and Quantum is quite large as well. But yeah, good news for there, because it'll make it easier for passengers getting on and off. That cruise terminal was built in 1960. So yeah, I think after 65 years, the building probably needs some upgrades. So that's a pretty good story there. Finally, we have cruise ships in Greece. They're being banned. And they're banned from Santorini. Now, we know they were setting up limits for Santorini and everything. This has nothing to do with it. This is a safety concern where the marine services in Santorini have banned cruise ships temporarily for safety issues due to all the quakes going on that are there. Their schools have been closed for weeks now, and they've been receiving earthquakes up to a 5 on the Richter scale. And while no significant damage has been done in Santorini, as you know, it's on the cliff's edge, and there's a lot of overhanging hotels and etc. Some beautiful views of the caldera, and it just looks amazing. But yeah, they're pretty concerned as these earthquakes keep going on, and they're underground tremors, and a lot of them is in the ocean itself, which could lead to, you know, tsunamis, etc. in the surrounding areas as well. So they banned cruise ships temporarily out of there of all sizes, and really restricted marine traffic to necessities going into Santorini. So I was actually looking at going to Santorini in April. Looks like I'll be not doing that trip. Just for safety reasons, and possibly they won't go there. So I don't want to have another trip canceled and changed around and stuff like that. So I'll be watching out for those kind of things. But yeah, bad news out there, and anybody who's doing that early season, the off-peak season, which is right now, going to Santorini and Mykonos, this is a great time to go because far less people are going, and it's far less the heat. The heat in July and August in the Mediterranean can be stifling. So this is actually a really good time to be going, say in March, April, May. And a lot of people take advantage of that. It's off-peak season and the prices are cheaper. And it's easier to get into these ports that have these restrictions like Santorini. But I hope everybody in Santorini, I hope it still remains with not very much damage going on, but they do not know when these tremors and earthquakes will stop. It could go on for weeks and weeks and weeks. So we'll have to play that by ear. Finally, we have a cruise ship that literally canceled everybody's cruises days before their cruise. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from the cancellations to the new cruise ports coming online, to tips and tricks on making your cruise a little bit easier, a little bit safer, a little bit more fun, and a little bit less frustrating. If you follow along with me, you can see I've had some frustrating trips and I've had some wonderful trips. And so you'll learn from my mistakes as well as what I know. And I hope you'll join us. We try and have a lot of fun, and I really do appreciate it. All right. Let's talk about Resorts World Cruises, and they are a cruise line that basically goes to the Dubai. Right now all the ships are in Dubai and Taiwan and places like that, and they just announced on January 26th to all their passengers who were sailing on in February, all their cruises were canceled. 37 cruises canceled on their vessels, as they have to suddenly redeploy their entire fleet from Dubai and Taiwan to India because of changing infrastructure, they're calling it. I think they're losing the rights or rules for going to Dubai, and that was the issue at hand. Some conflicts are coming up, and so they had to redeploy everything to India. So within a matter of 2 or 3 weeks, all these people's cruises are canceled. So that's a pretty significant amount and a big hit indeed. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. I'm curious, would you go to Santorini right now if cruise ships were allowed with all these tremors going on? I mean, if they closed the school and they issued a state of emergency, I don't know if I'd want to be, say, at one of those beautiful hotels that have those cave pools that you walk through a cave and then you have this opening at the end and you're looking out at the beautiful caldera, and the skyline is just amazing with the sunsets and etc. Would absolutely be amazing, but I don't know if I would go at this time with all these tremors going on. Let me know in the comments down below, and until next time, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.